Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get started. Welcome to the H&R Block Virtual Job Fair. I am recording this session in case anybody wants to view it later. We'll have a recording of it. I'd like to get through the entire presentation before I open it up for questions. So if you'll give me an opportunity to go through each of the screens, I will take questions at the end. You can type them in chat as we go, or you can just hang on to them for the end. I want to show you something in case you're not familiar with Microsoft Teams. You have this bar, it's either up at the top or down here in the middle. And clicking right here will show you the chat. So you can add things in chat, and your mute is here. So we have everybody muted right now so that there isn't background noise. When we get to the end, you can unmute yourself to ask questions. So right now, I would like for you to put your name in chat, both first name and last name, and write how you found out about this meeting here today. So if you could just take a moment to put that in chat. Okay, while you're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and continue with the presentation. My name is Vicki Mello. I am the preseason manager here at H&R Block Boise District. I'm also a multi-unit team leader, which you'll learn a little bit more about when we get to that job position. I am a tax professional, and I'm a former ITC instructor, which stands for Income Tax Course. So in prior years, I have been the instructor of the income tax course here in the Boise District. I am not instructing this year because the classes are virtual and I teach live. So that is my phone number. If you need to contact me, feel free to call or text it. If you call it, you will need to leave a message likely, and I will get back to you. This is our district general manager, Gary Black. He is on the call here today. If we end up having any questions for him, he will chime in and answer them. He is the district general manager over the entire district. The positions that we have available right now, we have first-year tax professional, experienced tax professional, multi-unit team leader, associate team leader, and client service professional, which is a receptionist. All of our positions are seasonal here. We work the tax season, which is January through April, and we'll get into the specifics on each position of exactly when they start and when they end. The Boise District covers from Ontario, Oregon, all the way over to Mountain Home, from McCall down to Kuna. We have a total of 27 offices in our district. The structure of our teams is laid out as follows. There is a multi-unit team leader who is over the two associate team leaders. So this is what we would consider a pod. It is made up of 3 offices. So the multi-unit team leader leads out of one office and has an associate team leader in their 2 other offices to help them lead the team. Under each of them are tax professionals and CSPs or receptionists. So we have, so this would be the pod's main office with tax professionals and CSPs, and then a secondary office and a third office. As you're working in a team, you're going to work throughout the pod. When you first begin that first year at H&R Block, you would work throughout the pod. You would likely work mostly in one office, but you may jump over to other offices to either help out or to learn from others. So you would work throughout all 3 of the offices likely. As you build up a client base, you are likely to narrow it down to just one of those offices. So after a year or 2, you will start working less in multiple offices and more to just one. Our office hours, we are a retail business, which means that we have long office hours. During our non-peak time of the year, we're likely to be open from 9 in the morning until about 8 at night, 7 or 8 at night. During our peak time of year, which is the end of January, beginning of February, and of course, in April, right before the tax deadline. We have longer hours. We can be open as early as 8 in the morning. We can be open as late as 10 at night, later if necessary. We are open on Saturdays and Sundays. So we are so there's a wide range of hours that we do need filled. So I'm going to talk first about first-year tax professionals. As a first-year tax professional, you're going to conduct face-to-face tax interviews with the clients. You'll prepare complete and accurate tax returns, generate business growth, increase client retention, and offer additional products and services. You'll provide IRS support, not as much audit support as a first-year tax professional, but you might help with a few letters, and support office priorities through teamwork and collaboration. So that's going to include helping out at the front desk. It's going to include making phone calls, answering phones, and various other tasks. You will have a mentor your first year, and that mentor is there to help guide you through the entire season. A tax season is approximately 100 days long. So because it's such a short period of time for that year, we kind of look at the first year as a paid internship kind of thing. First year tax professionals make an hourly wage as they learn how to do taxes, learn about the business, and they start gaining their client base, building up a book of business. As a first-year tax professional, we are looking for people in Ada County and Canyon County. That's where we're looking for the majority of our tax professionals. We will need some in Mountain Home, Homedale, Ontario, Payette, Weiser, McCall. All of those areas are areas that we are looking in. The way it works to decide where you will work is Gary Black will ask you what offices you are willing to work in and what your availability is. So the more offices you're willing to work in and the more availability that you have, the more employable you are. Then he will take that information, he will compare it to the offices and the needs of the offices in the area you want to work, and try to get the best fit, making you work as close to home as you're wanting to work, as he can make fit. As a first-year tax professional, you will start in terms of payment, you'll get paid for some part-time work in December, and then you could work would work part-time to full-time January through April. So the time frame of that is you would take the income tax class, get started with that. We would you'd be invited to join weekly Microsoft Teams meetings with us to go over everything that's going on in the district and anything you should know about hiring. You'll be encouraged to apply early. Sometime after your midterm is when you're likely to interview. You pass the class, and then after you pass the class, you're going to continue to learn more information and attempt to certify up. And I'm going to talk about certifying up later and what that means. You'll do some paid skills training in December, and then in January you start in the office where you'll be doing case studies. You'll practice tax returns on other tax pros so that you are learning how to do a tax return on an employee rather than on a client. You will observe other tax professionals. You'll watch them do tax returns so that you understand the process. And then your mentor will sit with you for the first couple of tax returns until you feel more comfortable with the tax return process. Also, during those first few weeks in January, you will learn office procedures because we want you completely ready to go by the time our first peak hits, which is about the last week of January. You then would work through the tax deadline, April 15th, maybe a day or two after if necessary. And then you would take your furlough and work on continuing education and take more classes. So for $35, you get unlimited continuing education with H&R Block. So you would take more classes throughout the year, learn more throughout the year, and then come back the next year. So the first step that you would do if you're interested in becoming a first-year tax professional is take the income tax class. So what you're going to learn in the income tax class is tax theory, current tax laws and filing practices, step-by-step skills to prepare tax returns, client communication skills and techniques. The total class time is 73 hours. I believe about 43 of those hours are instructor-led. I believe the Oregon class is just a little bit longer than that. Oregon has some special requirements that they have, so I think it runs their class just a little bit longer. The remaining hours, other than the ones that are instructor-led, will be self-studies on your own time in between classes. So for example, if you're taking a Monday, Wednesday, Friday class, you might meet with the instructor on Monday and Friday and have a self-study on Wednesday. So you might not meet all 3 days of the week. You might only meet 2 of them. So when you sign up for the class, you can see what that schedule is and specifically which days you would be meeting. The course includes interactive professional discussions, one-on-one instructor assistance, hands-on experience with latest tax software, real-world tax preparation exercises, and ebook course materials. So the course is being taught virtually this year. It is not offered as a live class this year, but you will attend the class on specific days at specific times, live with your instructor on the computer. As a graduate of the H&R Block income tax course, you will receive H&R Block certification, a certificate of completion, qualifying education hours, 3.5 hours of recognized credit with the University of Phoenix, and 3 hours of recognized credit with Western Governors University. The tax course covers the following topics: wages, income and taxes, filing requirements, ethics, qualifying dependents and support, dependent-related filing statuses, interest and dividend income, earned income tax credit, and the additional child tax credit, other income and adjustments, credits, education provisions, retirement contributions, retirement distributions, itemized deductions, self-employment income, capital assets, depreciation, penalties and amended returns, passive income, tax planning, farms, software simulations, and state fundamentals. So you'll learn about either Idaho or Oregon in the class. At this time, I want to talk a little bit about your certification levels. After you take this class, that would put you at a tax associate level. That is what we consider a level 1 tax professional. And as a level 1 tax professional, you will not receive clients from who go online to book their appointments. So we do encourage you to test up and learn more. The more that you learn, the more that you're able to serve clients. So there are 6 levels of tax professionals. Tax associate would be level 1. Level 2 is a tax specialist. Level 3 is a senior tax specialist. Level 4 is a tax analyst, and level 5 is a senior tax analyst, with level 6 being master tax advisor. At a level 5 is when you start being able to do corporate partnership type returns and estates. A master tax advisor is either an enrolled agent or a CPA. An enrolled agent is somebody who can practice before the IRS. It means you have taken the IRS certification exams and passed them. Your goal is to increase your certification levels as rapidly as you can learn the material, because your pay is based on certification levels starting in that second year. So the higher your certification level, the more money you're going to make, because starting the second year, it's more of a commission-based system. You'll make money for the higher level tax returns. You'll be able to do more complex tax returns, which will make you more money. You also earn a fee for each return that you do based on the level that you are. So the more you know, the more you can earn. We do have a couple of people who have gone from level 1 to level 6 in that first year. It's an ambitious thing to do, but it can be done. And we encourage you to level up as quickly as you can. But of course, you need to learn the material as you go. We do have a client matching system where we ask our clients questions when they call in to make an appointment, and we match them to the tax person who is at the right level based on the tax return that they have. So you're going to want to also level up so that you can serve more of those clients. You will not be able to serve a level 3 client if you are only a level 1 tax professional. So to enroll in the H&R Block class, you're going to go to www.hrblock.com/class and click on Enroll Now. You will eventually need the referral code 48960. That will happen after you register for class. Your instructor will email you about 2 weeks before class starts to tell you how to access your course materials. At that point is when you would put in the referral code. So I do want to show you really quick here how you're going to enroll in class. Are you able to see the screen? Can somebody unmute and tell me whether you can see my screen? Are you able to see the my web browser?
I can see the referral code screen.
The referral code screen. Okay, so I have the wrong screen showing here. Let me move this here, and then now you can see the browser, correct? Are you able to see the browser now?
Nothing changed.
Nothing changed?
I see your mouse moving.
Okay, so let me do this. Now you can see the browser screen, correct?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so on the browser screen here, you go to hrblock.com/class, and this is what the page that it's going to take you to. You click right here on Enroll Now. And then you're going to select your state. If you live near the Oregon border, so if you're in Payette, Fruitland, or any of those areas, or if you're in Oregon, I recommend you take the Oregon class, because in order to work in Ontario, you have to be Oregon certified, and in order to get Oregon certified, you have to take an Oregon income tax class. So if you are near the Oregon border, I recommend taking the Oregon class. It will make it so that you can work either in Idaho or across the border in Ontario. If you are in more of the Treasure Valley area, the Canyon County, Ada County, Mountain Home area, then you will want to choose Idaho. So I'm going to go ahead and choose Idaho here. And you are going to want to choose virtual classroom. It doesn't do any good to choose traditional classroom. We do not have any traditional classrooms offered this year. So you'll choose virtual classroom. And that will bring up your list of classes when it stops thinking. It's going to bring up all of your classes. I'm not sure it's going to, oh, there we go. And you can choose the classes that you can choose which class you want to take. Please note that all the classes are displayed in Central Time Zone, which is an hour ahead of us, which means this Saturday 9 to 4 class is actually from 8 to 3 for us. So make sure you are choosing a class that fits into your proper schedule. You can see we have Saturday classes. Those are all day. We have Monday, Wednesday, Friday classes. There are some during the day, some early in the morning, some later in the day, some in the afternoon. There's a 5 o'clock p.m. one here. Looks like we have some 6 o'clock p.m. classes right now. It doesn't look like we're offering anything later than what would be our 5 o'clock p.m. right now. I will let them know that there's not any classes being offered right now and see if we can get a later one in. There were some 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. ones, so those would be 7 o'clock at night. So we'll see if we can get some of those back open again if you're not able to take these classes. But if you're able to take one of these, you will click on register now. And at that point, it's going to put the event in here. When you view the event, it will allow you I'm already signed in. So if it takes you to the point that you have to view the event, if it puts in contact information, you'll just put the contact information in and go through and pay. The course is $149. If it takes you here where you have to sign in again, what it's looking for is for you to click right here above the search on these 3 lines and select the class again. So then I would add it to the cart here, and then I'd be able to continue through. Okay, move that back out of the way and go back to, give me just a moment here so I can share the proper screen again. All right, so there's the slideshow back again. Okay, so if you don't know how to prepare taxes already, that's the way you're going to become a tax professional. If you already know how to become a tax professional, then what you're wanting to do is apply to be an experienced tax professional. An experienced tax professional does most of the same things as a first-year tax professional. The main difference you'll see here is that they are also a mentor and a support of teammates. So that's the main difference there. We are looking for experienced tax professionals again all across the district. And their time frame of working is, as an experienced tax professional, what you're going to need to do is pass the tax knowledge assessment as soon as possible. And I'll go into, in just a minute, I'll go into how to do that. But you're going to pass the tax knowledge assessment as soon as possible and then apply, because we're going to want to interview you and get you hired right away. This will give you time to practice in our system with our software. It'll give you the opportunity to take upper level classes, which again is $35 a year for unlimited classes. It will also allow you to complete your continuing education. As an experienced tax professional, you're going to need to do 13 hours of federal tax classes, 3 hours of tax update, and 2 hours of ethics. It also gives you the opportunity to work on certifying up, which we already talked about. Your skills training would begin in December, and then you would start in the office in January and work through April. If you want to be an experienced tax professional, you're going to take the tax knowledge assessment, and the referral code is 48960, and that referral code is going to be very important for you to put in when you take the tax knowledge assessment. That's what's going to connect you to our district so that we know when you have passed the exam. So I'm going to switch us over again to, let's see here. I think it's this one here. Nope, that is not the one. I apologize for the technical difficulties here. So this one here. Sorry about that. Okay, so again, you're going to go to the same place as before, which is the hrblock.com/class. And from there, you're going to scroll down on this page to where it says, take the knowledge assessment. You will click on that. It's going to ask for your contact information and your acknowledgement. And when it asks for the referral code at the beginning of the test, that's when you're going to put in the 48960. That off for a moment. Go back one screen there. When you take the tax knowledge assessment, it is a timed exam. You have 2 hours to complete the exam. It is open book, open note. You are not to receive anybody else's help with it, but you can use your resources to do it. So the next job position is multi-unit team leader. As a multi-unit team leader, you will provide leadership over 3 H&R Block tax offices. You're responsible for leadership and development of associates, deliver outstanding client experience, achieve all office-related growth objectives for 3 tax offices. Prior tax experience is not required. So you will not need to prepare taxes to be a multi-unit team leader. You will manage over 3 offices. We are looking for 2 multi-unit team leaders in our district, 1 in Canyon County and 1 in Ada County. As a multi-unit team leader, you would have a part-time flexible schedule in the fall. That's when we begin training. Our training will start in October and continue through the end of December. You will do training, and also you will reach out to your associates and take care of your associates. Starting in January, going through April, it is a full-time schedule. And because we are a retail facility, it is not an 8 to 5 kind of job. It does involve nights and weekends as well. If you are interested in being a multi-unit team leader, what you need to do is go to hrblock.com/career and click on View Tax Office Jobs. And you're going to search for this job code, 373083BR. And when you put that in, it's going to bring up the correct job to apply for. Make sure when you are applying for the position, if you lose this code and you choose and you put in multi-unit team leader, make sure you select the Boise District and not block advisors. Block advisors is something else. The next position we're going to talk about is associate team leader. As an associate team leader, you would support a single retail office, exceed client expectations, provide daily operations directions, and prior tax preparation, again, is not required. So an associate team leader leads their team from the front desk, which means they will all, in addition to leading the people underneath the multi-unit team leader, they will also be handling front desk things like answering phones and making phone calls. So it is both a phone position and it is a leadership position. We are looking for associate team leaders in Ada County, Canyon County, Homedale, the Ontario Payette-Weiser area, and we are looking for 1 in McCall as well. As an associate team leader, you would work a part-time flexible schedule in December, which is when we start training, and a full-time schedule January through April. This full-time schedule is not a Monday through Friday 9 to 5. it would involve nights and weekends. To apply for an associate team leader position, you would go to www.hrblock.com/career and click on View Tax Office Jobs. And the job code you're going to put in for that one is 371723BR. Finally, we are also looking to hire client service professionals, which we refer to as CSPs. They are receptionists. They greet clients in a personalized, friendly, and inviting manner, match clients with the best suited tax professional for their needs, schedule clients how they would like to be scheduled, handle client exits by ensuring all current and future needs are met, maintain office cleanliness and organization of resources with team members, and other duties as assigned. One of those other duties that would be assigned would be calling. Client service professionals will do a lot of answering the phone, and they will do a lot of making phone calls. We are looking for client service professionals in Ada County, Canyon County, the Ontario Payette Weiser area, and the Mountain Home. The client service professional position is a part-time flexible schedule, January through April. We are looking for people who can work nights, weekends, days, all different, have different availabilities. And the training for this will begin likely the beginning of January, possibly the end of December, and the position will continue through April. There are not many hours for this position in January. The hours do pick up during our peak time in the very end of January and starting in February, and then they will slow down again for a little while in March, and then pick up again at the end in April. To apply for a CSP position, you're going to go to hrblock.com/career and view tax office jobs. And the job code for that one is 372397BR. If you know somebody who would be interested in being a tax professional, you can get money by referring a friend. You don't even need to work for H&R Block to get the referral money. If you refer somebody who takes the income tax course and is hired, they will earn you will earn $150 for that. So that could pay for your class. And if you know somebody who is already an experienced tax professional and refer them, and they pass the tax knowledge assessment and are hired, you will earn $250 for that. If you have any questions about that, you can ask me. But to do that, you go to www.hrblockreferafriend.com. You need to do that before they do anything in our system. That needs to be the very first thing that you do is refer them before they do anything in our system. So then I want to talk just a little bit about the COVID-19 coronavirus and how we're handling things here, what precautions we are taking here at H&R Block with the coronavirus. We are doing regular cleanings of our offices to make sure that they are safe. In the past, the majority of our tax returns were done with clients sitting at our desks. Now we are encouraging social distancing. We are encouraging clients to drop off their tax documents and pick them up. We are scanning documents in and returning them to the client so that we don't have the documents in our office. We are encouraging people to upload their documents and then approve their tax returns online so that they don't have to come into the office at all. And we are even encouraging some of our tax professionals to work from home. Those are likely to be our more experienced tax professionals. As a first-year tax professional, you might not want to work at home. You might feel more comfortable being around people who can help you out. But just to let you know that those are some of the options and some of the precautions that we are taking here at H&R Block to make sure that both our associates and our clients remain safe. And now I will open this up for questions. Be sure to unmute yourself if you have a question, or you can go ahead and type it in chat. Are there any questions that I missed here? No, it doesn't look like it.
Hi, Victoria. I have one question. Is it a tax write-off for the course that we have to pay for?
It is not a tax write-off. And if you take the class, you will learn why it is not a tax write-off. We do cover that in class, why it is not a tax write-off.
Oh, okay. I just wondered because, you know, they've changed things over the years. Sometimes, I've done my own taxes for years with TurboTax or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, things change all the time. They take things away from us.
Yes, so. we are not a qualifying educational facility.
Oh, okay. Okay, I got it. That makes sense then. Thank you.
You're welcome. It looks like I got a couple people typing. You said that a receptionist would be responsible for making phone calls. Would that be cold calling people for advertisement? We have a list of people who are prior clients of ours that you would be calling. So it's not cold calling. They are people who have done business with H&R Block. So where you would be calling those people to get them to come back in. You would also be calling clients who have brought us their documents and have not, and their tax return is ready and they have not come to pick it back up yet. Those are the kinds of calls that you're usually making. Is the PowerPoint presentation available? I have been recording this, so I will be able to send you if I have your email address. If you can put your Actually, if you can send me your email address, you can just send me a quick email asking for the recording. I will be able to send it to you. Any other questions for me?
I have one more, Victoria. So I may have missed part of it, but if you went up to the second level, say you're brand new at doing it, and you go to the second level, what kind of money could you first year expect to make? I probably missed that portion of it. I don't know. I'm just curious as to what could you expect. You wouldn't have a huge client base. You would get maybe a little bit of walk and travel if you're only on the second step up, right?
If you take the income tax course, you're going to be paid an hourly wage regardless of what level you are at that first year. If you come in as an experienced tax professional, then you start getting paid immediately on the commission-based system.
Okay. Is that all private till you pass the test, all that kind of part of it? I'm just trying to figure out, trying to juggle, should I do this? Should I do, what should I do? Kind of trying to figure out, that I heard your timing of when you need people. I'm just trying to figure out, am I going to make 100,000 a year or 10,000 a year? That's all.
Gary, do you want to cover a little bit of that, of what you want to cover with that?
Well, honestly, when you very first start off, like Vicki just said, is first year is almost like an internship. So what you're getting paid is just a straight hourly wage because you're having to learn the entire business being a tax pro. So, a lot of our brand new people do certify up and start building their book of business so that the next year when they go commission, they have a good client base and they have a good base of knowledge as a tax pro so they can start doing it. So you really, the first year is like that internship. You're going to hourly wage, earn whatever you're clocked in for that year, and then you're setting the foundation for the next year going on. So beyond that, it's commission after that first year.
Okay, thank you.
Anyone else have anything? Okay, I do want to bring up my screen one more time to make sure that I leave you with my phone number and my email address so that you can contact me in any way. I encourage you that if you're going to take the income tax class, that you get signed up now. We are trying to finalize our numbers and figure out how many we're going to have enrolled this year. So please get signed up right away if you plan to take the income tax class.